folks, welcome to Play Branson, where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. My name is Chris Meyer, and today I'm here with Haley Westridge.
Yes, how's it going?
It's going awesome. How are you?
Doing great.
I'm so excited about this episode.
Yes, we've been trying hard to get this awesome gentleman here.
Yes.
We finally got someone, and we have Steve Presley with us.
Steve Presley, he is a legend in Branson, and he's been in the business now for over 50 years.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's
incredible.
And so just amazing. And so I am pumped to have him on the show. Guess what? Father's Day is right around the corner. Branson's a perfect place for fathers.
So what do you like to do? I mean, if you could plan the perfect Father's Day weekend with your family, what would you?
I'd probably be out on the lake wakeboarding, maybe, and eating pizza or steak.
Oh, yeah.
So I like those. And maybe golfing. I like to golf, but if I had to pick golf or the lake, I'd probably pick golf. Or wait, I mean the lake.
The lake, yes,
probably.
For sure.
So, but, you know, just hanging out and having fun is great. You know, there's the thing is like Branson, when we talk about fathers, you know, they always make a bigger deal about Mother's Day than Father's Day. But in Branson, and if you think about family and entertainment, Branson has lots of shows where it's the whole family, and now it's two and three generations.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got, like, we'll have today on our show the Presleys. You've got the Baldknobbers. I mean, just so many. The Blackwoods.
The Hughes. Lots of family there.
Yeah.
And so that I really don't know anywhere else in the country that this is happening with live family entertainment of second and third generation, and even now with the Presley's case going into the fourth generation.
Yes.
So there's a lot going on. Folks, we'll be back in just a second. Hang tight. Steve Presley.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need iBranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at iBranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. iBranson.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to Play Branson. Today we are here with Steve Presley with the Presley's family, and what a great honor just to have you here.
Wow!
I mean, it's like you're a legend really in Branson, and there's a lot of history there, and so kind of take us back.
Well, thanks. It's great to be here. Yes, we do have a lot of history. We opened Branson's first music theater in 1967 on Highway 76. And prior to that, my family was playing in caves in the Ozarks and the Branson area around here. So we go way back. Probably my uniqueness is I'm one of the few people that caught a school bus on Highway 76 back in the 60s to get to school and did a music show at night. So
But you started at 10.
I did, yeah.
It's 10 years old.
Yeah, but I've been very blessed to grow up and do what we do here in Branson, and we're in our 53rd season, just 52nd year to be able to do that. But it's just been really, really great to see Branson grow and the changes that have taken place here. And for us to still be a part of it is very unique, and we're very blessed.
Yeah. Kind of just take us back to the beginning. Like, do you remember a lot of the first years and a lot of the things that happened? And because it's changed a lot.
Yeah, I do. I remember quite a bit. The opening show, our opening night was June 30th, 1967. I do not remember opening night. I remember rehearsal that afternoon, and then I remember all through the summer of playing, because I was just learning to play drums. They set me on stage with a snare drum, and I literally sat on a block of wood, a stump of wood, with a piece of plywood nailed on top of it. So that was my drum stool. And so I started out from that. And probably one of the unique things that for me at the time was that we would put on bumper stickers on the cars. And the bumper stickers were the paper kind, so they were put on with masking tape. It's not the vinyl ones that came along years later, so they were paper. And I would go at intermission, and I would put bumper stickers with a masking tape. I had rolls and rolls of masking tape. I'd put those on the car. Second half would start back up, and I would hear the bass guitar out in the parking lot. And I would run back in, wash my hands, and go back on stage and do the second half of the show. A little different than it is today.
Now, how long would those bumper stickers last on a car? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, the paper ones did not last near as long. When we went to upgrade to the vinyl ones, we really went uptown. It was great to have vinyl bumper stickers. And believe it or not, there's still a few campers around that have got Presley's bumper stickers on them, so they last a long time. But they were a great way to advertise, but the world changed when the automobile industry went to painted bumpers. People did not want bumper stickers on their painted bumpers, and we didn't want them either, because by chance you peel one off and peel paint off, that was not a good thing.
Yeah.
So things changed, but yeah, going from there. Prior to that, again, I was talking about my family playing in a cave. Talking Rocks is over by Silver Dollar City. There's a cave adjacent to it called the Underground Theater. And our family played in that cave Monday through Friday in the summertime. And the people would come from the lakes in the daytime. It was hot. There was out camping and fishing on the lake. And so they would go in the cave and watch the show and watch the family perform there. And then did the same thing on Saturday night in Springfield at Fantastic Caverns.
Wow. So was there a long history even at that point of your family like performing and musicians and that type of thing?
My dad, Lloyd Presley, his brother traded a hound dog when Dad was 10 years old for a guitar. And his brother Don did not take to the guitar, but my dad did. And so he started playing guitar at 10 years old, and he grew up learning to play music and played on radio in Springfield, KWTO and KGBX, different radio stations up there, for many, many years, all through the 40s, 50s, and up to the 60s when we moved to Branson.
Wow. So you opened the first theater on Highway 76, and at that point it was kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
There were 7 businesses on Highway 76. There were only 2 motels at the time. There was Possum Holler, which is back towards Branson, and Shepherd Hills Courts, I think was the other one out. Bud Jackson from the Shepherd Hills, his family had that there, and that's all there was. There was a hardware store across the street from our theater. And I used to go over and buy BBs, and I was a big squirrel hunter, so I my BB gun out in the woods behind the theater back here. Yeah, it was pretty barren, it really was. The road was paved, but it was a 2-lane road and very quiet.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, family-wise, how many siblings? Talk to us a little bit about kind of family makeup.
It's changed through the years on that. The original cast of the show was my dad, my brother Gary, 2 of my sisters, my sister Deanna and my sister Janice, my sister Deanna's husband David, and then we had 2 other performers. So that was the original cast. And through the years, we've added lots of family members. Gary's got 3 sons that are in the show, 2 grandsons currently. And I've got all my kids involved in the business. My son John, who was playing piano on the show for last 26 years, has now gone off and he's doing his own production business and doing really well with that. I miss him, but he's off to a new thing. But fortunately, his wife Ambrose is a vocalist on the show, so we still have part of the family from there. But yeah, it's a family business. Everybody works behind the scenes. If you're not talented to be on stage, there's plenty of work to be able to do behind the scenes.
Yeah. So it's not like you're forcing family members to be in the show, but if they choose to be, you're going to try and help make that happen.
It's a combination. If they choose to be and have the talent to be in the show. Sometimes there's some tough calls on that, but you do. Everybody does understand that if you're going to be in the Presley show, you have to have 1, the talent to do that, and 2, the desire and the commitment to practice and be on the show. But everybody understands and they find their place.
Yeah. Well, and I just went to the show recently, and there's one point in the show where you're not drumming behind the drums. There's a new Presley.
It is. My nephew Scott, who plays guitar on the show, his son Zach is 16, and he's started playing drums about 3 years ago. And so he's been slowly working his way into play, and he's doing a great job. It's so fun for me to see the younger ones come along. So Zach is part of the 4th generation of the Presley family that's coming in there. So yeah, he's doing a great job. It's, again, a great pleasure for me to see him play, and he's having a ball doing it. That's really fun, yeah.
So as a family, when you're trying to decide what to do, is that you and Gary, or is that the whole family, or who at the end of the day kind of decides that?
Kind of which direction, business or show?
Well, I guess show. Let's talk about show.
Show is really the family, the guys that are involved in the show. Gary's 3 sons, and my son John was. Right now he's not, obviously, from there, but it is. We really get together and we put the show together. We have a television show on RFD TV that's on every Saturday night on RFD TV, and we average about 400,000 people watching us every weekend on Saturday night. And
if only we had that many people watching Play Branson.
So that show is put together, and we've kind of developed a system. We're in our 9th year of doing that. We developed a system that we all kind of put our own show together for what that show is. So Gary will have his show, I'll have my show. Yeah. We pick the songs we want to do on there for the entertainers, and so we're in the middle of taping those right now. But that's set up that way. For the show, for the theater, the live show, what we do is we get together, the 5 of us there, and we really sit down and go through. There's favorites that we have to keep through the years of the patriotic, some things with Wipeout and some different things like that. But we're able to change. The good and bad for us as Presleys is, the good is we've never had a hit song of our own. The bad is we've never had a hit song of our own. So we get to do lots of really great songs of other people, and so people get a great variety when they see the show.
We're going to be back in just a minute with more with Steve Presley. Hang tight.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need iBranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at iBranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. iBranson.com.
Welcome back to Play Branson. We're here today with Steve Presley. Steve, tell people about the Presley show. If they've never seen it, what can they expect?
Presley's Country Jubilee is a variety country music comedy show. I say country music, it's based mostly on country music. We have country music, gospel, but we also do a variety of pop songs. We have all styles of music in that. The comedy is probably, honestly, what we're most known for. We have, my brother Gary does the character of Herkimer. He's coming up on 60 years of doing the character of Herkimer. And his son Eric does Cecil, the part of Cecil. And Cecil's been doing that since he was able to walk out on stage at 2 years old. Yeah. And so he's many years into that. Now we have his son, Ben, who is 13, is also doing comedy. Wow. So we've got 3 generations of comedy in the show. But the show, we pride ourselves on the pacing of our show. It's very fast paced. The things move along. The variety of songs that we're able to do is great. People come in, a lot of times if they haven't seen the show at all, they come in not knowing what they're going to see. Fortunately for us, when they leave, we get great reviews. People had a great time while they're there, and our repeat audience is really, really huge, and that's what's kept us going for the 52 years we've been going.
So you've been doing this a long time, but you've seen a lot of change in Branson. You've seen the big entertainers come.
Right.
And even during that process, you guys have done really well. And the other thing that I think is really interesting is you have this pre-show that happens outside of the show, up in
in the mezzanine. In the mezzanine. Yeah, we have a pre-show. Clayton Watson does. It's a gospel sing-along that happens up in the mezzanine. It starts at 7:15. Our show's at 8 o'clock every night. We only do evening shows. But he really gets the audience warmed up, and they have a great time singing. We do mostly old gospel hymns that people like to sing along with. And
so it's almost like you're in church.
It is, yeah. It is. Well, there's church pews that the people are sitting in. It really is. We've been very blessed. Our family, we understand and truly believe that we're here and where we're at, and made the decision to come to Branson based on God's direction of what we were looking to do and wanting to do, and He's blessed us to be able to do that. So for us to share that time and that music is really fun for us.
Yep.
So thinking about the show, just kind of on a fun note, are there any funny moments or bloopers that just stand out in your mind from over the years?
There are too many. We've actually got a blooper video that we put together from, we videotape the live show every night. And so we have this blooper video of mistakes. And Yeah, there's so many of them. We have the one where we were doing a song on the show, and a couple were doing a dance, and they actually fell down, and it's like they had trouble getting up off the floor. But probably the biggest thing is the bloopers are, because we do the same show basically all season long, sometimes you get on autopilot and your mind will wander, and all of a sudden you're singing the wrong words or you forgot the words completely. The most fun, honestly, though, is watching the comedians and see them read something from the audience, and it goes a different direction than what we were anticipating it to do. And there's some real off-the-cuff stuff that happens, and that's what makes it fun for us as the entertainers.
Because you get to see this. You're out there in the drums, and you get to see what's going on with the crowd.
I have the best seat in the house. I've got to confess on that. The fun for me is I'm sitting there watching the show of our performers, but I'm seeing the audience's faces. And for me, that's been a real advantage through the year as co-producer of the show, to be able to know when it's working and when it's not working, and when you're losing an audience or when you really got them with you. And our entertainers really have a great sense of that. So it's fun. But yeah, to watch someone to come in and not knowing what they're coming in to see and not sure if they're going to have a good time, and watch them change their expression, and all of a sudden they're laughing and having a good time, is fun.
So besides the family members, and you have a lot of family members on the show, you have a lot of other entertainers that are not family. So can you talk about some of them?
Yeah, our secret to our success is surrounding ourselves with other talented entertainers. Our family, we are talented in music and things from that. Quite honestly, we're not the most talented vocalists, so we hire really good vocalists and other musicians to fill out the show. We've got Jay Wickheiser is our master ceremonies and straight man for the comedy, but has an incredible voice. A country singer. I would put him up against anybody in Branson as a true country singer, and probably could be on a national level with that. He's got a great voice. And then we've got his wife, Devonna Wickheiser, sings on the show. Kim Barber. I mentioned earlier my daughter-in-law, Ambrose Presley.
She was on Star Search.
She was. She actually won Ed McMahon's Star Search at 13 years old. Yeah. She won a PT Cruiser. Cool. She beat Catherine McPhee on for the final. So she was very, very talented lady. Yeah. And then we've got talking about the gospel music earlier. We've got a gospel quartet that we feature from that. But we've just got a lot of really talented people that we surround ourselves with to make us look good.
Yeah. From a comedy standpoint, like if you need an uplifting time, your comedy, people are guaranteed to laugh at the show, and you sprinkle it all throughout the show. But there's one thing where Cecil is eating a balloon.
Yeah.
And I don't know how he does this. Like you literally think he's eating it. Maybe he does, or if he doesn't, he does it really well. So you think he is.
We see it every night. He won't share with us. It's that whole magic, it's the mystique of magic. And his favorite line, obviously, is when somebody asks him how he does it, and he says, "Can you keep a secret?" And they say yes, and said, "So can I." So he doesn't tell us that.
Now, also another thing I like about the show, and sometimes I get the names right, but Greg, he's
Greg Presley is that's harmonica. My nephew. That's my nephew. Plays harmonica, an amazing talent.
Oh my
gosh. Really is, yeah.
I always say on this show, I never can get enough harmonica.
Yeah.
And he blows the harmonica out the water. And everybody does a great job, but and
it's fun every night because he plays something a little different as he plays from that. Mm-hmm. And one of the things we're doing is we're taking this will be our third annual Presley's Cruise. So in the wintertime, we go on a cruise. And we take our fans with us. It's been really, really successful for us to do that. We started with our 50th anniversary cruise. And talking about Greg on a harmonica, we do different shows on there. We do a bluegrass show. And I was able, because playing drums, we didn't include the drums in the bluegrass show. I was able to sit out and listen to our talented entertainers, but Greg especially on a harmonica. He was playing some stuff. It's like, wow, how does he get that many notes out of that little bitty harmonica? It's pretty amazing.
Now, real quick, and we're about out of time, but you also you now have a Sunday service at your theater. And so can you talk just quickly about that?
That is my nephew, Scott Presley. I talked about his son, Zach, playing drums. Scott is a pastor. He started out doing missionary work over in the Philippines, and his call to preach and to serve God just put him in a place that he started in another location here in Branson and building a church, and now he's doing Sunday morning service at Presley Theater at 10 a.m. on Sunday. It's great service, lots of great music. It's about an hour long, so people on vacation can come in and see it, but he's doing well.
So if people want to find out more about what's going on at your theater, what is your website?
It's Presleys.com.
Presleys.com, or folks can watch on RFD TV Theater.
Exactly, right.
On Saturday night.
Saturday evenings, 6:30 Central Time.
So,
yeah.
Busy, entertaining family. One of the longest running shows in town, the first show on Highway 76, so lots of history here, and I'm sure we could probably talk for another hour on history. But if you want to get a sense of Branson and really what we call a Branson-style show, Presley's is the perfect fit for that.
Well, how nice. Thank you.
So,
We're very
and
proud to be here.
Thank you so much for coming, and we're just honored to have you here. And so, folks, we'll be back in just a moment. Hey, welcome back, folks, to Play Branson. We're wrapping the show up. Boy, that went quick with Steve.
So much great history and just fun memories. And
here's the thing: is we weren't able to even touch on everything.
No.
And one of the things I had written down here is they started out their theater at 363 folding chairs. And Steve told me that they actually bought those chairs from Shepherd of the Hills. They were canvas, and so sometimes people would fall through.
No.
They would fall through the chair.
That's crazy.
And then they started out, their theater was originally called the Mountain Music Theater. So we just didn't have time to get into all of that. But man, I so appreciate Steve being here on the show. There's a couple things that are coming up. Branson's Farmers Market on June 18th, which is Tuesday. And I think that kind of runs throughout the season.
I think it does, yeah.
So
and it's great to check out. I mean, you've got lots of different venues.
It is. And lots of family shows to go see here this summer in Branson. You know, this month we had maybe in the last month we had Buckets and Boards. Buckets, not one bucket, but buckets and Boards. You've got lots of magic shows that are happening. So, you know, we're in the thick of summer. And what a lot of people don't realize is summer is one of the most popular months for shows in town. And so this is a place where the whole family can go to a show.
Absolutely, and you've got all the attractions, so go to the attractions throughout the day, and then a lot of times the show's at night, and top it off with like Andy's Frozen Custard. I mean, you've got a great day.
There you go. Andy's Frozen Custard, Cold Stone Ice Cream, they're all good. And what we always say is that there are no calories on vacation. No. And if you folks are thinking about coming to Branson and you're like, hey, what do we do? How do we book the Presleys and all this other stuff? Go to ibranson.com. You can book your entire Branson vacation there. Or you can call those folks at 877-ENTERTAIN and they can help you. They don't add on these big costly extra service fees like a Ticketmaster would, but just good local service from the folks at ibranson.com. The other thing is if you're looking for dining information, and my magazine is over here, I didn't bring it here, but if you're looking for dining information, go check out the Flavor of Branson, and it's a great magazine all over town. You can get coupons to about 30, 40 restaurants, and all the restaurants are listed. So, you know, of over 200 plus restaurants in town, people can find that as well. So tell people about our Facebook page, and then we'll be out of here.
Yes, we've got facebook.com/Play Branson. Go check it out. Follow us. You'll be glad you did.
Yep, follow us. Tell us what you like, what you don't like, entertainers you'd like to see, and we appreciate you watching, and we'll be back next week on Play Branson.